Hi everybody, my name is Rhys Barber. I'm the audiologist here at Audiology Associates. We upload new earwax removal videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 9 PM UK time, so please consider subscribing. Everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thank you very much for watching our earwax removal video today. So you can see this gentleman's got some very soft wax here just in this ear canal. Been using a little bit of olive oil to soften this up, having quite a few issues as far as his day-to-day hearing is concerned, and felt a massive reduction in hearing over the last few days, so that prompted him to come in to have a look. What you can see here is the standard size ulnar tube. Because we've got very soft wax, what we're doing is using the suction to remove a lot of this at the moment. You can see it's actually quite sticky. So as it's getting sucked into the ulnar tube, you can see it's just going to lift it up there. What we find with this type of wax that's very wet and sticky is as it gets sucked in, it kind of lines the inside of the suction tube. So every so often we have to pop the suction tube out, flush it through with water just to clear that out before we start again. But there is a lot of kind of in and out of the ear for this video just because it was blocking up quite a bit. You can see there. So it's just taking little bits away at a time. It is easier sometimes if the wax is a little bit harder, just because you tend to find it stays in bigger chunks, so you can get a grip on a piece and then maneuver that out of the ear canal, rather than this wetter, stickier type of wax here. Now, with say for instance a Jobson horn, if you put that into this wet wax, that's all it's going to do is just pull through the center, so you're just going to take little kind of scoops out of it. Jobson horns are much better if you've got a harder piece of wax in there rather than this kind of softer, squishier stuff, just because it'll get behind it and bring it forwards. So you can see we're really having to kind of chip a little bit, flush the machine, chip a little bit more. That's why it's easier. I mean, obviously when patients come through, they're quite desperate, and a lot of them have used lots of different drops and lotions and all sorts of different things to try and clear this. So sometimes by the time the patient gets to us, the wax is super soft, so it's really difficult to work with. It's not this kind of nice big chunks of wax you see coming out. At the moment, just unsticking it from the canal wall, hoping that we're going to hit a harder section of wax in here. Sometimes, because the drops will soften what they've come into contact with, the outer section of wax will be really soft, but the middle section of wax will actually be quite hardened up, or a little bit thicker and a bit more solid, so we can get grips on it. But in this case, the wax itself is just really really wet and sticky. You can just start to see the eardrum now. Bottom left hand corner, little blue patch there, that's the drum. So we know we're working a lot deeper. You can see it kind of, as you're pulling it, it's peeling away from the canal wall. But as it's peeling away from the canal wall, it's just staying at this kind of sticky blob almost. There we are. Now it's starting to move. So we've got a bigger piece coming away there. Just going to tidy up what's on this right side. So we can see just beyond this wax the left hand side of the eardrum there. But unfortunately, as that piece pulled away, it pulled all the wax from the left side, but it's left this large chunk of wax here to the right hand side. Now this is a little bit more awkward, because when you look into the canal, can you see the canal on the right side there juts out just ever so slightly, and then folds back in again as it gets closer to the eardrum. So what we have is almost like a little lump in the ear canal, which means that this wax at the moment is trapped behind that lump and the eardrum, which is going to be a little bit more problematic to get out, because obviously the tools we use are straight. They won't go around a bend very well. So what we have to do is try and maneuver the wax out of that gap, which is what I'm trying to do here. So very gently trying to get a grip on the wax. You can see we're just trying to lift some of the wax away. without touching that little lump on the right hand side and without touching the eardrum. So it's a really delicate process. You can just see the top of the wax there. So I'm trying to work on different parts of the wax because I think that this wax is probably all stuck together in one long strip. You can see it there. So what we're going to do is use the fine end, which is what you can see here. So it gives us a smaller end to work with, and we're going to try and grab this wax using the suction and try and lift it out of that gap, out of that kind of V-shaped crevice as it gets to the towards the eardrum. So you can see we just got a grip on the bottom section of wax there. There, just starting to peel it, lift it out of that gap very gently, trying not to touch the canal wall to the right hand side, trying not to touch the eardrum, and trying to hold on to the wax. So really, it's always more difficult when they get into these kind of spots here. Now we're starting to get a bit of a lift, but it broke away there. Now we're starting to see it starting to lift out of that gap in a much bigger chunk now, you see. There. So we've peeled the bottom layer up. We just need to try and move it the rest of the way. And there it comes. So we got, right, you can see there's a little tiny bit of wax here. That's actually stuck above the head of the hammer bone. So I don't want to take that away. Only because the head of the hammer bone juts out from behind the eardrum. So it protrudes slightly through the drum. Now if I go pressing onto that with the suction tube, I run the risk of really damaging the skin. It's so thin. So I'm going to leave that piece there. I've taken all the offending wax away. That last little bit there is going to come away with things like baths and showers. Now we've got rid of the rest of that. So we've left that bit there just for safety reasons because we don't want to do any damage to the eardrum. So this is the same patient but the second ear. So you can see this wax is also quite soft, but there's a little bit more of a harder chunk in the center. So that's where the drops haven't actually managed to get to this bit. So we're just gently at the moment lifting top and bottom to move it down the canal. There we are, just some softer pieces there on the outside edge. You can see it's got a bit of a sheen to it. So we're just getting behind that now to the harder section there, so we can try and lift this and maneuver it out of the ear canal. It's still quite soft around the edge to the left hand side there, and that's what's sticking it to the canal wall as it's trying to come out. So we're just going to keep breaking little chunks off, make this small enough to get it out of the canal. See a little bit of dry skin there underneath. That's another piece broken away. There, now we're starting to see the bottom edge of the wax. See a little bit of skin at the bottom of that chunk. And there we are. So a lovely shiny eardrum on that side. So this is what we removed from both ears. We will show you the tank as well in a second, because obviously a lot of it got sucked into the tank from the first ear. So it should pop up on the screen in a second for you. There we go. So you can see all the bits floating around in there.
Thank you very much for watching our video today. If you did enjoy the video, then please like. If you're not subscribed already or you'd like to do so, you can click the subscribe button here. If you'd like to check out some more of our videos, they're also up there. Now, if you want to follow us, you can do on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also check our website if you want to know a little bit more about us. As always, guys, until the next time, take care.